Click on subscribe, click on the bell icon to get notifications from India's smartest channel, TRS Clips. I want to ask you your story super quick. I know you run it with your brother, Maria, your sister is also involved.
Yeah, that's my sister. Yeah, that's correct.
So you know, while people just watch you on YouTube and they think that, okay, Jose is this YouTuber, Jose is not a YouTuber. Jose is a part of like this organization that's building out right now. So could you take us through the story? Like what happened?
I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible because I usually get into like a sob story when I talk about this. But long story short, started this when I was 16. I was in high school at the time. Started with an Instagram account. This is when Instagram was just on iPhone. I don't know if you remember those times. Like it wasn't even on Android. Started posting little pictures here and there. And funny enough, my brother was the one that opened this account. And just to show how kind of like of a spoof it was, hence the name. He literally just named it Teachingmensfashion. Talk about a more simple name that you can think of, right? Never in a million years did we think we were going to build it to what it is today. Long story short, started it there. Saw the traction building up, right? Because at the time, this was 2012, 2013 time. There was a lot of interest from men trying to dress better at that time, right? This was like the suit phase and dapper phase. That's the phase we're talking about. And started growing a lot. So I opened a YouTube channel. Really following that, figured, you know, video would be much better to be able to express messages and teach stuff. And it worked really well. Now, the sad or the tough part was that I've always had entrepreneur like run through my blood, right? Like I've had car wash businesses, grass cutting business. Like I've done it all, right? And my parents were not wealthy by any means. So I'm an immigrant to America. Well, I was born here, but my parents were immigrants to
Where were
America.
they from?
Honduras. So that's a country in South America. It's one of the poorest countries in, I think, Latin America, if I'm not wrong. So very, very low class. But my parents came here and, you know, they always taught me hard work because they started bare bones and just they worked, and they always provided, right? So we always had what we needed, but we definitely didn't have like excess by any means, you know? We were lower class and we were just working our way up. And during that time, I would always do like side hustles and stuff like that. Nothing ever major. When this started popping off, I opened my first e-commerce store, which at the time were custom suits, custom shirts, etc. Long story short, I was 18. This was my first actual business incorporated with, you know, the state of Florida. So it was legit, right? I was CEO of a company, so I was hyped up. Long story short, I think within the course of a year and a half, I was about 15K in debt. Now, as an 18-year-old kid, my credit cards were maxed. My company credit cards were maxed. And again, my parents were low income. 15,000 in debt felt like a million in debt, right? It was the worst time of my life. Like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go out. I was just choking, right? And after trying to salvage it for a while, I just, you know, bit the bullet and I was like, you know, I have to close this down. I'm losing too much money. Every month I was losing more money than I was actually making. And it was a great learning curve. You know, we can get into that later down. Long story short, that was like my low point. I'm a faith-believing man. I believe in God. So I've always said that he gave me that extra push. Right, I remember being in a very low point where in my mind, I'm 18, 15 in debt. And in my mind, the only thing going through my head was, why can't I just be a regular college kid? Like, why am I putting all this stress in my life where every time people ask me, yo, how's your business doing? Like, I had to put a straight face, like, oh, it's going well. But inside, I know I'm a failure, right? Like, it was like the worst feeling possible going to sleep every night. And when people saw you working hard or I would be working at it, they would either laugh or be like, why are you doing that? You're wasting your time, right? So in my head, it was like, why can't I just be a regular college kid? Why don't I just dump this, finish my degree, and, you know, live a regular life? Why am I putting this stress in my life, you know? Thankfully, I decided, let me try one more time. And that one more time was it. I started really focusing on the channel around 2016. And I think I was sitting at about 30,000 subscribers. That first year when I sat down and focused on the channel, I took the channel from 30,000 to 150 and racked in about 350 grand in revenue that year. So I went from negative to like multiple six figures. It was a massive blessing and I would work relentless. When I tell you I did not sleep, it was like Monday through Sunday just working. At that time, which was kind of unheard of, this was 2016 time. I was doing a video every single day, Monday through Sunday, a video, you know? Back in the day, that wasn't, you know, nobody was doing stuff like that, especially in the men's style realm. All I could think about was growth. And yeah, that was pretty much the start. And then from there, it just started blossoming, which we can, cover along the way.
How old are you today?
25.
Wow, that's crazy,
25.
man. But I think because you started that business that early, in a positive way, I think it mentally aged you. It's in a good way.
Oh, 100%. Everybody says I'm too mature for my age. I'm way too... You meet other 25-year-olds, they're not... They look completely different. And you're right. My goals and my ambitions are way different, right? They're just way, way different.